Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we are starting on the greenhouse build because the windows are coming out of our house. So they are accumulating quickly and I need to handle them. So this weekend I removed all of the frames for the raspberries and I dug up all of the raspberries. And there were a lot. I just bought 12 small plants this spring at a fair. And I got another 6 from my mother, and I can tell you there is a lot more plants than that here right now. So I dug them up and just sorted them based on what type of raspberries they were. And then I evened out the ground. And then we had to take a pause for lunch, and I needed to go and get some ground cover as well. I thought I'd try to track the costs of this project. And the first cost coming up here is the ground cover, and it was 300 Swedish crowns or about $30. I evened out the ground as much as possible and covered it with the cloth. And I had a couple of these metal arches to attach the ground cover to the ground left over from my gravel pathways. I had to take care of the raspberries as well, so I dug up all of the sunflowers that had served their purpose, and I sort of made this bed weed-free, not really as you can see, but at least good enough to put the raspberries in the ground for winter. And I don't think there will be any issues with moving them even though it's November, because raspberries are very hardy and we don't get that cold weather down here. But anyway, I have enough plants and I can get more easily. So if they don't make it, they don't make it. I need to build my greenhouse now and not in the spring. As you can see, I had help planting my raspberries, or help is maybe a strong word. He had a moment where he wanted to become cameraman, and that was not really a success. We had to call it a day when he decided to bonk me on the head with a garden tool. On Sunday, I spent a lot of time crawling around trying to measure up the actual greenhouse, or let's say the patio that the greenhouse is going to stand on, because the width is the full greenhouse, but there is going to be a little bit of decking in front of it as well. I really like being able to put a couple of pots in front of the greenhouse, as well as just sitting down when you're replanting something or just to take a break. And the greenhouse is generally way too warm for that in the summertime. I still have some raspberry plants to replant. Overall, I think this was a successful weekend. I got the area cleared, I got it leveled out somewhat, and I covered the ground as well as measure out what I'm building. The one annoying thing is that the entire roll of ground cover was used for this, and as you can probably tell here, I have a gap of about 5 centimeters towards the boxes that are not covered. So next time I'm buying a roll of ground cover, I'm gonna have to cut a long strip and put down here, because I thought I might as well cover the upcoming pathways as well, because there will be gravel pathways around the greenhouse. I would have preferred putting it further back towards the strawberry cage, but if I do that, it's gonna be really hard to walk between the boxes on the right. I could turn the greenhouse around, so the narrow part is down toward the strawberry cage, and that would give me a lot more space. But I realized it would be easier to access the greenhouse from this direction instead of having to walk in between the boxes. So I think this is the best solution, even though it's gonna be a bit tight, just right behind the right corner of the greenhouse. And that's how long I've gotten on the greenhouse build this week. Stay tuned for next week's update. Have a great week. Bye.